Libras, welcome, welcome. How are you guys doing? All right. So for those of you that are brand new, I'm going to do my little spiel. My name is Patty. I'm here to do your intuitive tarot. We're going to be doing the week of the 16th through the 22nd. I had to look at a calendar, and it's not over here anymore. So, anyway, we're going to be doing the 16th through the 22nd. Now there's a full moon on the 22nd. I am going to be doing a full moon reading, but it probably won't be the 20th. If you haven't subscribed and hit the bell, then you can be notified when that is on. They are live. All my readings are live. They are weekly, and you can come in and ask a question, or if you're going through a concern, whatever like that, because this is divine-driven, divine-guided. So hopefully I leave the chats open because the energies, if something's going on, then we want to try to see what divine says about it. That's why I do a divine card. I do divine card instead of past. Then I do current and future energies. And then we do a spread and go from there. So I hope you enjoy this enough that you will like, share, or subscribe this with your friends. Share. But please, if you even watch a little bit of this and you like it, please like it. Apparently that has something to do with YouTube really actually sharing the videos. I'm not quite sure how it works. However, if you like, they spread it. So that would be really nice. So not only to help others, but to help yourself, or help you and others. All right, so let's get started. I've already got 2 cards out here. I'm going to be using the oracles here for the theme, then we'll use the tarot cards for the spread. All right. Yes, he's sure showing this a lot this week. A lot of the readings have been a little bit darker. I just did Gemini's. Yes, it was nice and light. There's only been like 2 really light readings. The reason why the last week and this week, a lot of dark energies, a lot of lower vibrational energies, a lot of shadow work needing to be happened, I think. What's going on there, I don't know. I do know that it is because of the energies that we're being subjected to on a daily basis. That's probably why as well. So let's get started. So our first card out is the Divines card. This is a new deck to me. Hey, Lonely, welcome. Yes, I do try to do 3 readings a day. So, and that's usually Tuesday through Friday. But this week it's been very, very hot. We've hit 100 degrees and my room is not air conditioned. The rest of the house is, but not this room. So, but for those of you that don't know, then yes. I have done Scorpio, so you can go back and look at Scorpio. I have just Aquarius left to do today. So Scorpio was done yesterday, I believe. So you can go back and watch Scorpio as well. So the Divines card definitely is one that this is a new deck that I am learning. I love it very much. I have seen this one, but I am going to read it to you. It is the number 26, which means it's the number 8. In numerology, and that's about your rewards and your process and your progress and things like that. So definitely want to do that. So let me see what she has for you. I like to read it just so it helps me to memorize it better, so I don't misconstrue her message that she wants to share with these cards. So we've got the great big love, and that's what divine is all about, love and absolute truth. So love heals all wounds, begins all life. Yes, it does. It sustains you when you are starving for grace, when you stumble and fall, and when you lose sight of your purpose and fall prey to the limited perspective of the ego. Ego is definitely one that divine does not like. Pride, put it that way. So now is the time to fall in love and call in the awareness of the great big love that made you, which is ever pulsing through your veins. There's a heightened sense of awareness in the beginning stages of a relationship when nothing else matters but who is in front of you. You see them, you see yourself in them, and you move in sync with the cadence of your hearts. You surrender to the magic. You share and engage in a harmonious dance. It's seamless. It is in its movements, rising and falling with each moment and each breath. Okay, so it says also this card may portend such a intimate connection. You don't have to wait for a partner to experience it. You're invited to explore love in all its beauty. Can you love without conditions, without needing things to be perfect? Do you love your life? Do you love your life? Would you do, or how would you contribute to the world? See, this is a huge, huge thing that people have a misconception about. Love has 8 different levels. Everybody thinks, oh, you're just love or in love. No, there's 8 different levels of love, and there's 5 different love languages. So love is a very, very huge and vast type of feeling, energy, emotion, whatever it is. But divine is all about one thing, love, and also about absolute truth. And absolute truth is consistent. Absolute truth is a high standard. It's your integrity, the highest of integrity, the highest values, the highest morals, the highest way that you live, the highest vibration, the highest energy, divine. So that's sort of where that is. But the thing is, we have to love ourselves first before we can love somebody else. I know this really sounds silly, but it is very true, okay? But it is very hard to do because we're all broken, and we sometimes don't want to look at our brokenness first. We want to look to others. And then sometimes we want to blame others before we actually look in the mirror and say, what part did I play in that? You know, kind of a thing. So we'll talk about that, whatever he brings forward with this energy. All right, your current energy is the number 5, which is sort of unstable. It's called the magic prayer. It's what you're praying for. It is what you were wishing. I don't like the word wish. What you're striving for, what you're wanting, what you're desiring. And divine already knows that. But for people that meditate and pray, it's sort of a common thing that we do. But for some people that don't do it, it's the number 5. It's very unstable. It's very like you're a novice at it. It's just out of the box. It sounds weird. It's like that doesn't work right for me, blah, blah, blah. So it's just sort of a new energy that you try to work through. Because once you begin to get into a consistent pattern of it, it's just part of your day. In fact, I do it all the time. I pray or meditate all the time. And it's just could be a minute, could be a second prayer. It could be just, thank you for, gosh, the beauty. Yesterday we were driving where all the fires happened in here in Oregon. And we were seeing, I wasn't driving, so I could see some of these things where the foundations were gone, or the house was gone, and the foundation was just there. Trees are just black toothpicks. And you're just like, you know what, Lord, thank you for our firemen. Thank you for the people that risk their lives, have to go in there day in, day out and try to stop these fires. Thank you for them. And it's just a really quick prayer, something that you do. Okay. But it's something that does need to get practiced because it needs to be part of your spirit. Your spirit needs that. Our body needs food. Our spirit needs prayer. Our spirit needs to be paid attention to be fed. And what it feeds on is truth and love and prayer and meditation. Okay. Future energies is the number 3, and it's also about being slow and steady. So acknowledging that things may happen more slowly, more steadily, sometimes that's better than hurried because then you can actually see the full picture. Okay. And that happens when we're dating people or we're getting to know people. We want to slow down and get to know them because it's really funny. I don't know about everybody. I'm older than a lot of you guys, but through the years of work and through the years of getting to know people, people wanted to sort of latch on to me all the time. I don't know why, but it was even at work. But the thing was, I'd oh, yeah. Then you want to really get to know them. But then what I realized is that person that's really, really excited at first to get to know you is probably the person you don't want in your circle. And I just don't know why that happened that way. However, it did. That was the person that ended up being more negative, ended up being more needy, ended up being more broken. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you got to be careful who you let in your circle. Because they could be an energy vampire. Definitely. They could be. So you want to move through that process slow and steady. Really slow and steady. You want to work through anything a little bit slow and steady. Like the Hermit card, really pay attention to everything that is going on. The whole picture, not just the part of the picture. All right. Especially in dating. Gosh, this day and age in dating is sort of just, it's more challenging than it was when I was in my 20s and 30s. It's like, wow, I really definitely am the Hermit card at this day and age. because it's just, it's very challenging because there's so much low vibrations, low deceit. There's so many games, even at my age. It's like, when have you grown up? Haven't you grown up yet? Aren't you done playing? Aren't you done playing games yet? Really? Or are you still not working on yourself? Are you broken? Or are you just, I don't understand. I just don't get it. So I stopped dating. And I enjoy my life anyway. I'm very content. So I enjoy my life. I enjoy my daughter. I enjoy, the people that I have in my circle. So let's get your spread going here, because this is not about me, you guys. So we have the 5 of Pentacles straight out of the chute. I shouldn't say that, because I think I've got to learn to say certain words and not, because if God ever allows me to be monetized, I guess there's certain things you can say and you can't say. But definitely, the 5 of Pentacles is, there's a lot of things. This could be actually a physical injury, somebody having a physical injury. This is somebody that, is working through a physical injury, is getting a physical injury. That could be something medical. It could be something, internal. It could be something that, like you break a leg, you're sort of immobile, that kind of a thing. It's very unstable because it's something, when you have a new injury, it's very, again, unstable. Okay, so we have something that maybe is a very new. It's like, oh my gosh, I just had a friend who's actually playing football in college. His son plays football in college, and he just finally got over an injury that kept him out from playing football in college. And I called him and I said, how are they doing? They just broke their foot and twisted and ripped up their knee. And so it's very discouraging when something is very new, because we have to adjust to something new. And the reason why I'm talking about that is that we have the King of Cups next. The King of Cups is definitely about trying to stay calm in the middle of a storm. He's a king, so he knows how to do that. However, sometimes he had to learn how to get to that process. So when there is something new coming in that may be a physical thing, or something that may be happening internally, gosh forbid, anything horrible, that is a permanent thing. But the thing is that this is something new to get used to. On the other end of this card, and also how to maneuver. Okay, I can even talk to you about that, because, man, I just had a knee replacement in March, and we went to Disney World, and I stepped off a bus, and whoosh, there went my lateral ligament. It just sprained part of my hamstring back there, and now I'm in a brace again. Okay, so it's like, well, I should say brace for months. So this is not something fun, but it is something that I had to learn and get adjusted to, and actually how to step and walk and things like that. But the thing is, it's new, it's uncomfortable. Okay, it's not something that, yes, we're going to pray for and meditate for healing, pray and meditate for something to help us through this process of adjustment, that kind of a thing. Okay, so that's one energy that I'm getting from this too. The other energy is that this 5 of Pentacles can also leave somebody abandoned and alone, that feeling, but it's not true. You're not abandoned, you're not alone. We go through our lessons for a reason. We go through our walks in life for a reason. Sometimes when somebody leaves us, this is a new energy for somebody. If you've gone through a breakup, or maybe your friends, this could be a friend, this could be a family member, this could be, I'm saying that they could leave. They could also, unfortunately, when somebody passes away, we think that, oh, they abandoned us, they left us. Believe me, their energies are around. I've spoke to my mom since she passed, and my brother. But the thing is that we feel that we're abandoned, we're left alone. It's at a time in our life when somebody passes on that it's time to figure it out ourselves. It's time we should have been trained and taught and everything. And that's why sometimes the grieving, of course, is really the hardest. But sometimes when somebody leaves us, leaves the physical world, then it's a hard time for us to adjust to. Because we mourn for ourselves, we don't mourn for them. Because the thing is, they're back into energy where we actually always start. So this is a process for us. Now, if this is a person that has left, you really, in divine, you have to understand that you have to just say thank you to divine, rather than, oh, why'd they leave, or I should have did this, or I should have did that, that kind of a thing. Because when you say thank you, it's saying thank you for protecting me or saving me from something that probably was not the best thing for me. Thanking divine and saying, you know what, you've got somebody better for me. Even though my heart was sort of attached to this person, I have to understand that I cannot see what is in the unseen, in the ground, or, in the unknown kind of a thing, but he can. Yeah. Okay. So let me get the rest of this spread out here. Boy, that star sure shows up a lot for you guys. All right. It's really shown up a lot for the air signs. It's a good thing. This is a thing to create balance. And flip. Okay. 6 and 7. Okay, so we do have those two scenarios coming. I don't know what that is for you. We do have the opportunity. We have the 7, but this is a focus thing. This is definitely a focus, where your focus is. Okay, this is definitely a focus thing. So when we focus in on something that we really desire and want, we're asking for, or we're praying or meditating over to show wisdom or guidance, then basically we have to be doing our due diligence of staying focused on what we want. The problem is that we get a lot of distractions, the low vibrationals. That's part of it, of the low vibrations coming in, so that it distracts you, so you don't receive the rewards and the blessings that you actually get. So with that, we have to sort of be mindful and stay focused in, and ask for us to stay focused, because we have the death card in the very center of your reading. To me, that means is that we have a choice to either, stay sort of stuck in the vibrations of where we're at, and again, if somebody has left you, you want to stay there and grieve. It's okay. But when you stay there and stay there and stay there and stay there, then that becomes an earthly bound. Find the devil card there, earthly bound, because that's not what divine means. Yes, he knows that we're going to feel sorry that when we're going to miss that person. I miss my brother. I miss my mom. I miss my grandma. She's not biologically my grandma. I miss all these people, but I don't dwell on it, because then it keeps you in that low vibration stuck. What he wants you to do is to rise above that and higher spirit and say, yeah, somebody else is going to lose a loved one, share that grief and support them and give them empathy and that kind of a thing, and keep moving on. This is a choice of where we've been given the free will of our mindset. So our mindset is earth, so our spirit is from divine, and so we can have that choice of moving on or staying in place. Spirit is saying, keep moving on, keep moving forward. I understand your pain, but just don't live there. You can visit there, put flowers on the grave, or, and I say that hypothetically about our past and our trials and our tribunes that we're healing through, is you may have to visit there once in a while, but don't stay there, kind of a thing. Sure. You bet, Crystal. Definitely. So definitely this is the center of your card. Now you've got a choice. This is your mindset here. And here's the thing is, your card is with the divine is about love, right? And love from divine is unconditional. Okay. On this earth, it's almost hard because people are a lot about me. So what can I get from this relationship? What can I, how can I be loved? Are my needs going to be met? Blah, 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 blah. All that kind of stuff. So, but the thing is, we have a choice. We have a choice. Okay. And which way? Love is a choice. A lot of people don't realize love is a choice. So are we going to be earthbound and say, me? What am I going to do? What is my perspective? How am I going to get love or whatever? But love is actually selfless. So if we're going to love, and it doesn't mean even love of a lover, it could be mean love of a friend, love of a parent, love of, your brother, your sister, love of just whatever, of whoever, a love of a coworker, a boss, whatever. You can love people at different levels. There's 8 levels, guys. But the thing is that we have a choice to do that. And in a relationship, we have to look at a selfless way of love as being knowing the other person's perspective first, my partner's perspective. What is it that you need? What is your desire? What are your goals? What do you want? What makes you feel loved? What makes you feel non-loved? What is it that pushes your buttons? What is it? And then I fill that selfless. And then hopefully that partner loves me enough to ask the same things of what I need, what I want, what pushes my buttons, and they fill that. 2 complete people putting together a dessert. That's all you are to each other, is a dessert. You're complete. I'm the entree. And we're going to put the dessert together and put some whipped cream and cherries and all that kind of stuff. That is the blessing part. That is the part where you become balanced. Now, whether that's a love relationship, whether that's work or whatever, is that you can care enough about a person. You don't go and say, I love my boss. Well, some people do, but, I love my coworker. You don't do that. You usually say, I like, or I really care for this person, because if you say the L word, then people get a little bit panicky. However, I don't. And I threw a gentleman off loop. I said, I love you. And he's like, I said, slow down. I'm like, okay, there's lots of different. He's like, yeah, but you said the L word. And I'm like, oh my gosh, please. We should all be loving on each other, right? So that is definitely a choice. So there is balance. 10 of Pentacles, there is a lot coming from that. And the Divine says, if you show that and if you be that, you will get that. Okay? So you get all the rewards from that. And the 10 of Pentacles is like a completion. It's like, whew, I've made it. I've got it. I've got the earthly things. I've got the love. I've got for me, it would be animals. It would be all kinds of stuff that bring me joy is the thing. You're completely joy-filled is what I hear. Okay. Here's your challenge card, though. The challenge card is the 7 of Pentacles. This is somebody's ego. I just heard the word ego. So the challenge is being less prideful and less about me, and being more about selfless, And when we are in a grocery store or whatever, we see an elder or somebody drop something, and do you walk by or do you help them pick it up? That would be a question for you. If you see somebody struggling, and maybe she's got a baby and she's trying to open the door and she's got a stroller, do you help that person or do you just walk on by in another door? That will tell you where you are at with all of this, because you really should be opening the door for somebody struggling, an elder trying to pick something up. That's selfless love. Okay. Selfish love is, oh, okay, well, you keep doing it. Yep, whatever. Even if in the pandemic, God will protect you even in the pandemic when you are showing love. All right. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that can of worms. All right. All right. Yeah, give me a few minutes there, Crystal, and I'll definitely answer for you. All right. Oh, this is about some lovers. We got the Lovers card. So this is some of the energy. This is not everybody's energy, because we have 2 energies sitting here. One for maybe somebody having some physical injury, somebody having... Okay, that's another thing. Thank you. So you can have a partner, somebody's physically hurt, somebody got hurt. There's partners out there that say, okay, so you broke your leg and now you're in a cast and I got to go to work. And it's like, they don't even ask, do you need help? What can I do so that you're comfortable while I'm gone to work? No, some people are even, I hate to say it, but some people are so self-absorbed that they don't even think about what that other person might need at the moment. It's like their mind is already into their own space. So if somebody were to be hurt and this is your partner, definitely you should be reaching out. What is it that I can do, make you comfortable before I have to go to work? You're going to have to step out of your zone, yourself. This is your center card, yourself. step out of your zone and be more loving. Now, this might be you. It might be somebody coming towards you. It might be your partner. It might be somebody that you know. Okay. But this is definitely, so for that person that, needs some physical help, you're going to have to ask for it, unfortunately, for somebody. Definitely. Another partner may just be all out willing, completely selfless, actually saying, you know what, do you need me to take time off? Do you need me to, maybe take half the day off to get you all settled, go to the grocery store, or do we have somebody we can call? Being a full-blown 200% in kind of a partner to make sure that you're okay before they go and do what they need to do. That's an all-in partner. The other energy is that person that feels like they're going to be left alone. Okay. Things might not be going well in their relationship. Definitely. We've got the Emperor, somebody that's very authoritative, overpowering, somebody that has trying to control the whole thing. And this is very uncomfortable. It's sort of like something that's, maybe it just came out of the blue because we got 2 number 5s, but we've got some 2s, some 10s. So I think this is a person that, is, again, we have the challenge card of ego. So I don't know who this is, but somebody's pride is in the way in this relationship. And again, somebody might be praying for them to just humble themselves and mellow out a little bit, because definitely the first card out is love. This is definitely the great big love. So ego gets in the way of love. 100%. 100%. Definitely. Pride is all about me. It's very selfish. It's definitely earthbound. Okay. And in order to, you've got to release that pride, release the ego, release and surrender that, so that you can actually be humbled and open this door to unconditional love and more love. But you know what? It's uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. It's a process. It is definitely a process. All right. All right. Yeah, somebody is definitely not getting their burdens released. Definitely, we have the 10 of Wands in reverse. It's just not happening. But that's what needs to happen. There's a burden here. I think this is a couple that's shouldn't, I don't know if they're fighting, they're arguing, and one is more ego and one is more me. The other person is always giving. Too many cards, sorry. Okay. Yeah. And one doesn't want to release the ego. Definitely. Somebody does not want to release the ego. And this is what's creating the problem. Okay. Somebody doesn't want to release helping. Actually, I'm going to use this deck here. Which can be really, really hard. And it's a strain. So your future energy, though, is slow and steady. So let me get a clarification on this slow and steady, because we've got 2 different energies here, and somebody's praying about something. We got some lovers. There's also an energy that is not lovers, that might be just a close friendship, might be some type of relationship, kind of a thing. I don't know what it is. Some type of co-worker. I see Pentacles once, but this Pentacle is really, really good. So, but he's upside down. I do this every time. So we have the 8 of Wands and we have the 6 of Wands. This is a lot about communication. And the 8 of Pentacles. Definitely about communication. Okay. Oh my gosh. It's definitely about pride and not letting go. So what I'm hearing is, if you look at these 2 cards and you look needs to be a release. That middle card, which is the, the Eight of Wands, and she's facing the Six of Wands, okay? She's really struggling, and he's just sitting there, or she's just sitting there all fine with everything. It doesn't see the problem, doesn't see what's happening, doesn't see what's going on. It's just like, yeah, whatever, it's okay. I'm here in my little space and I'm doing okay. But the other person's struggling because it needs to be a surrender and a release of these energies, that there needs to be a compromise because it's not being settled. It's just not being settled. And for that to settle, you're going to have somebody come in between, some authority to come in between. And authority could be, maybe somebody that's been married for a while. And this could be just a couple of anything. Or if it's a worker, maybe co-workers or something like that, you need to go to a supervisor and say, hey, we're having some issues. I don't know what to do. Some HR departments have really good counseling sections or whatever. But sometimes it could just be an elder mentor that can really help you, or a married couple that's been there a couple, decades, 20, 30 years kind of a thing. But this definitely is a communication and an ego problem, pride problem. I don't know who that's for. I could keep repeating it. This is not something that is just going to fix overnight. Same with if you have an injury. It's not going to fix overnight. It's going to take a little bit of time. It's going to take a little bit of healing. It's going to be slow and steady. Okay, but you got to be able to hang on to that process, because the whole thing is all about love, selflessness. Okay, this is all about selflessness. It is not common to somebody. And that means that you need to step outside your box. And each time something comes up, think to yourself, this is not about me. What is their perspective? This is not about me. What is their perspective? Because if you understand their perspective, then you will understand everything, whether you agree to disagree or not. That is lowering your ego, your pride, and saying, you know what, I'm stepping out of my box, and I need to find out why they think the way they think, what they're thinking, and why they're doing that or saying that, because there is a reason behind everybody's perspective. And you have to know theirs first, because you already know yours, so you need to know what their perspective is. Then you can interject what you really, really want, but also understand you might have to agree to disagree, because again, we're in a spiritual battle. There's a video I did about spiritual battle down there. So, Crystal, if you're still there, oh, you got a question. Did you question? Can you see if I will hear from Stefan soon? No contact. ATM, he's my twin flame and also high school sweet heart. I really appreciate it. Okay. I'm talking. So are you still there, Crystal? Okay. So I don't know who you are or how old you are. I'm gonna say you're probably in your mid to late 20s, maybe mid 20s. I feel mid 20s. Yeah, I think you guys are connected. However, I think he's in a process of figuring things out. You got to give him that time, because I see Two of Cups, which is sort of a separation there in between you two. There is the Two of Cups there. I don't know about twin flames. I'm just not one that, we have a lot of people that we can be alike, definitely. But I do know that this is a time that he's taking for himself, that he needs to. 31. Okay, not too bad. I'm almost there. But I was going to say mid to late 20s. But this is definitely something where he needs to take time for himself. You have to give it to him. Release it. Again, release it. So that he can do what he needs to do. He's working on becoming whole. Okay. He's working on becoming whole. And that may be even testing the waters with other people. Put it that way. I don't know how to politely say that. I don't want to hurt anybody. But testing the waters with other people. Because a lot of the times when we're very, very young like that, we think we know what we want, but we really don't, because at that age, when you're even high school, your frontal brain lobe, your I just went for a blank. I got to eat because my blood sugar is getting so low. But your frontal lobe of your brain is the decision-making part of your brain, and that is not even developed nowadays. They say until 24, 25 years old. When I studied psychology, it was 21. So you make not the wisest decisions before that frontal lobe is made, or your decisions change after that has been made. So you have to allow somebody to go and grow, especially, I don't know his past, your past, if there was any trauma in their childhood at all anyway, then that actually is going to take a little bit longer to become whole. I don't know if he is in the middle of seeing somebody, but it's possible. But again, he's testing the waters. Yeah, this is definitely okay. So this is a time to really just allow him to be himself for right now. I don't know if you're going to hear from him soon. I don't think it could be soon. But we've got the Knight of Swords facing the High Priestess. You've got to let divine work. Okay. So the divine is working in both of your lives right now. So if there is, what I'm hearing is, if there is silence right now, you got to keep moving forward in your steps of what you want and need to do. You can't keep thinking about him in the forefront. You've got to be thinking about what you want in the forefront, definitely, because this is about a process of growing. Even at 31, it's about a process of growing. It's about a process of making sure you're whole, because divine won't bring him back or bring people together when they're not ready. And sometimes, we manipulate, okay, if they were to contact, oh, well, I want to see you, I want to see you, I want to see you, that kind of a thing. You're manipulating it to happen to see, but divine's like, they're not ready yet. They're not ready yet. So when you go jump in there, then you've already thrown the whole apple cart upside down, because no, you weren't ready, or that person wasn't ready. And it's sort of like baking a cake. You don't pull it out before it's ready, because then you're eating gooey cake. Thank you for that analogy. That was good. I don't know who on the other side said that, but the thing is that, it's like a cake. You don't pull it out before it's ready. And that's what's going on with you guys. So I don't know if it'll be soon. I don't know if it'll be later. I'm sure he will. But do keep moving forward and keep moving towards your goals. And that's what divine is watching you to see, if you're moving towards your goals, if you're keeping moving forward in your journey, your path, and where you're going to be headed. Because if you're not doing anything and all you're thinking about is this other person, it's going to slow down your process. Slow and steady. Okay. But like I said, he's always working under we can't see it. He's always working underground in the dark, like the earth with the flower or the plants or whatever. You plant a seed, it's working down there. You just can't see it. We get impatient as human beings. That's the problem, is we get impatient. Yeah. We get impatient, and we want to hurry the process. We really want to hurry the process. And in the center, you've got a star in the center for your reading. You got Lovers cards. You've got the Ten of Pentacles there. But this energy could be forward moving energy. So you just got to know that you got to be patient through this process. But there is a connection. Definitely, there's a connection. If you guys have been together for a while, there is a connection. It's an energy connection. If there's been intimacy, there's a soul tie now, that kind of a thing. We talk about soul ties, and that's why it's really important to be careful who you sleep with, because you create soul ties. And it's really, really, it can really be damaging to emotions and to the spirit as well. So, all right, you guys, this has been your reading. Thank you very much, Crystal, for the the question. I really appreciate it. I love you guys when you pop in and do that. Hopefully it resonated. If it didn't, I'm just reading what I'm getting. So hopefully it resonated with you. And if this reading didn't resonate with any of you, then it probably was a message for somebody else at this time. But hopefully something resonated. And we will definitely see you on the 23rd. But don't forget to please support the channel and like or share. And to subscribe and hit the bell, you'll be notified when the full moon reading is on or whenever I'm live. And you're very welcome to pop in and say hello. All right. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. I got to get something to eat. My blood sugar is down through the floor. And I will see you on the 23rd. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Lonely. Take care.